Question: how many times have you said, gee, I really should consider selling those books or donating them? Let's talk about this. Back in a minute. Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. And I love, love, love helping people to keep some more of their own hard earned money. How you doing today? Hope as always that this audio video finds you doing well. There you go. I want to talk to you today about not so much a hidden treasure because it's kind of obvious. How many of you guys and gals out there have a whole bunch of books just sitting on a shelf? And let's say this, that for the most part, you read every book, maybe once or twice even. And then what do? You return the book to its designated place on the shelf. And it's just sitting there, lying dormant on the shelf. Hmm. Let's think about this for a minute. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that we live in a world of ebook option as well. And of course, other options like with the audiobooks and so on. They are great options. However, there's something about picking up an actual book and opening it up to a page. And when my eyes were a little better in terms of my reading glasses not needed and all that, I enjoyed reading books from hard-covered books a lot. Okay, I used to fall asleep literally with the book over my face. But there are some books and there are some books. I'm going to give you an example. Let's think about it. Are there many books in your home or apartment that are just literally taking up space? They're valuable and they're definitely going to be valuable to somebody else. When I say valuable, I don't mean like $1,000 of value. I mean the information inside. Now, remember back during the Christmas holiday season of 022, which was like a sneeze ago, I was reading some wonderful recipes, some wonderful diet alternatives to, let's say, higher calorie meals that people eat during the holiday season. Well, that was a great book. But let me tell you something, that book is no longer. So the recipes that I shared with everyone on the videos, guess what? They're even more valuable because that book has been out of print since like forever ago. So looking back, that book is actually of extra even monetary value because that book is out of print. I'm just using this as an example. You may have things that are no longer in print that might be relevant to someone that has been looking for a certain book for many, many years. They can't even find it at the library. I think that other people could possibly be missing out on value on something that's kind of sort of just sitting on your shelf, lying dormant. Think about that. You may not want to be like a weekend warrior and go through 1,000 of your books, but you might consider like maybe scanning through your shelves, giving it a fast glance. Well, what do you want to keep? What do you want to donate? Or what do you want to sell? So if you're short on cash, selling the books that are just kind of sort of sitting there, gave you the maximum value for you, and that's great, but you might be able to help someone else out. So think of it in terms of that. So do consider selling books that you no longer need to use or donating it to children's libraries if you have children's books or regular other books that you could donate to the library. These are all things up for grabs that we can do. If everybody did that, I think that would be a great thing to do. Just saying, just saying. Now, I want to talk to you also about something that's absolutely zero, zero, to do with books. Okay. And I discovered this. There's that famous company, begins with letter S, and they're well known for their frozen lasagna. Like people buy many times the family size, and that's great if you have a larger family or whatever. But there's this other option, and this is great for people who want portion control in their meal. Like, for example, say, hey, listen, I kind of miss eating a little bit of lasagna, but I don't want to have to either make a huge truckload of lasagna, and I don't want to go overboard on the calorie department. So every once in a while, I get this. I just want to say I recommend this, okay? I get this individual portioned out one, and it's only 440 calories. So you already know you get the fun of the lasagna. You don't have to call it in. You don't have to cook it yourself. All you do is peel off the film. You can either microwave it or you can bake it up in your oven. I like to bake it up in the oven in a conventional way. I don't have a microwave anyway, but I just like to put it into, my oven and, bake it up. But I also discovered another neat trick. So with this, now I do like to have a little bit of garlic bread whenever I have something like that, but I don't want to have the calories of the garlic bread. And so what I like to do, this trick kind of worked for me. I took a piece of, that seedless rye bread, the soft one. It has no seeds in it and it's soft, but that makes a wonderfully, oh my goodness, you toast it up like in the, let's say the last 3 minutes of when your lasagna is almost ready to be finished. Put that on a piece of aluminum foil. This is what I do. You have the option. You can put, tiny pats of real butter on it or a little bit of margarine, or if you prefer much lower calorie option, you could take let's say spray some of that spray olive oil on top, and you could put your garlic seasoning on top. I love that garlic parsley. Hello, that thing works really, really well. So for me, I'm a slight little bit indulgent in that area. I will take a pat or two of actual butter. That's kind of like a treat. And then I carefully put it on top. And then I put my Italian seasoning, meaning the garlic parsley. Although you could also just, if you prefer just Italian seasoning or just plain old garlic powder, if you want. And I put it on top and I put that in like the last 3 minutes of the baking cycle of my individual lasagna. Here, not worst of all, excuse me, best of all, I avoid the worst of all, which would be cleanup, because this is eaten out of its original container. So you don't even have to worry about pots and pans. I just thought I'd mention that to you in case you're short of time or you want to feel like you're a little indulgent. So let's say for about 600 calories in total, I'll drink seltzer, for example, which has 0 calories, and maybe a little squeeze of lemon. It has 0 calories pretty much to go with the meal. So for let's say 600 calories, I avoid a tip. I'm saving time. It tastes great. I have portion control. You see where I'm going with this. We really, really can. We take a minute. If we take a minute and think of things logically, and that also avoids the temptation. Oh, like when, usually by Friday, people look for some sort of a pizza. This is a good alternative. Like if you don't want to get pizza on Friday night and maybe you want to do something for yourself, just a little treat for yourself that's portion control. There you go. And it really, really works. It does pay to take a minute to do things like that, just like it pays to look through those bookcases. I mean it. All right, everybody, listen, I want to wish you well, but I also would like to know if you found any value in this video. Please let me know by what? Clicking the like button. So therefore you should have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Bye-bye.